I also want to put on the record here the serious community distress that the police officer responsible for the death of Kumanjayi White, Stephen Haigh, is still working and being paid. Unbelievably, he was recently the prosecutor in a case against Kumanjayi White's own father. On what planet is it acceptable for an off-duty police officer to kill a young, disabled Aboriginal person and then continue working in the community? And not only that, be allowed to prosecute members of the victim's family. This is absolutely unacceptable. I'm almost finished. Just sit down.
Member for Blaine.
Mr. Speaker, I don't know what standing order is, but this is an active case that's before the courts. The member for Nightcliff is using highly inflammatory language there. I ask you to make a ruling.
Listen, hey, excuse me, order. I don't need everyone else telling me how to... Member for Fanny Bay, resist. Look, I know you may not like what's been said, but everyone else has been able to say their piece, so I'll let the member for Nightcliff to continue. But please respect if there's any active court cases.
Can I just bring to the attention the member for Nightcliff had 1:47 remaining. The clock's still ticking.
Yeah. Okay. Can we take the clock back?
Get a life, you idiot.
Thank you. So they just love to try. They're so sensitive when it comes to things that I say. I've got parliamentary privilege like everything else that's been said in this place. I'm not the
Deputy
coward
Chief
who
Minister,
killed an Aboriginal person in a supermarket, okay? I stand with the family of Kumanjayi White and the community members who stood on the steps of Parliament this evening.
Deputy Chief Minister, no further...
Pick up on that, the Deputy Chief Minister continually calling me a coward.
Please. Withdraw that comment. Thank you.
Honourable members, last night in this parliamentary chamber, the member for Nightcliff made an accusation that has caused considerable concern within Parliament and outside of Parliament. I was not sitting in the Speaker's chair at the time, but this matter was quickly drawn to my attention. In their speech last night, the member for Nightcliff accused a police officer of killing someone. Whilst I am a great proponent of free speech in Parliament, I believe this crosses the line. As members of Parliament, we must be respectful of the separation of powers that exist to ensure we are not stepping into areas beyond our privileged positions. In this chamber, we are not judge and jury. The facts are for the court to decide. In this case, I have determined that the member for Nightcliff has misused parliamentary privilege. We should never use parliamentary privilege to supplant the role of the court. I acknowledge that matters before the courts are often by their very nature matters of extreme importance to the people of the Northern Territory, but members must take care when discussing these matters. I wish to advise honourable members that I have asked the member for Nightcliff to withdraw their comments, and as yet their response is not forthcoming. But I do invite the member for Nightcliff to respond now, if that's what she would like to do. Member for Nightcliff.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Last night in my German speech, I spoke about the death of Kumanjayi White. It is on record that the officer I named is alleged to be one of the officers involved in the death in custody of Kumanjayi White, but the criminal investigation is still ongoing. It has been brought to my attention by the Speaker that the words I used were not accurate. Therefore, I will withdraw my comment from last night and apologise. I should have used the word allegedly or phrase death in custody. However, I stand by the point I was trying to make, which was that officers involved have not been stood down, and that any officer involved in such a serious incident that results in the loss of life should not continue to work while investigations are still ongoing.
Thank you.